Hey, and welcome to another episode of We Care at Fireplace and Chimney Pros. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to make up mortar colors, and we can do that naturally with a lot of different materials. So in front of us here we have sand. Now sand can vary in color, it can vary in texture, sharpness, and unfortunately you can't go to just one masonry yard and buy all the sands you could possibly need to make up a custom blend. So everything that's from here, this is actually from 3 different masonry yards within about a 30-minute ride from our location. As we go through some of these, we have the first one here, which is brown river sand, and this is going to be pretty round in shape when you look at the particles. We have brown bar sand, which is really tiny in size and kind of almost feels like silt in your hand. We have a yellow bar sand, which is once again pretty fine. This is probably the most common sand used out there in the field. Any new construction is most likely going to have some form of this sand with a specific color cement. Moving across here, this is white bar sand, so just a little bit lighter than the yellow. You can't see too much of a difference unless you hold it one next to the other. And then at the very end, we have plastering sand. This is crushed up limestone, and it's pretty round in shape. It works really well for adding that special texture when you're doing original traditional stucco. And you know, a certain blend of each one of these is going to give you a variation of color, whether it's the quantity of it or it's the actual color itself. So what you mix with the actual sand is going to be some form of cement. There's a couple different variations here. This first green and brown bag, this is called Type S. This has a certain portion of Portland cement and lime pre-blended into here. We have this other bag here, which is white in color. This is going to have a proportion of white and white cement and white lime in it. And then this last bag, this is just straight Portland. So Portland is a mix that's primarily found in concrete, but it's also used in a lot of stone laying and some older mortar mixtures just after lime mortar was used. So as you blend these together, depending on different ratios, you can create a lot of different colors. So what we're doing right here is we're trying to match up to a couple different jobs, trying to get the best match as possible. And it's quite a process because we have to kind of do some educated guesswork as to how this would go together. And then also when we put it down here, we have to give it about a day or two worth of dry time for it to actually become the color that it's going to be when it's on the job site. So anytime you're trying to match up to existing mortar or stucco mix, it's not easy, and it can take a whole lot of time and research in order to get something as close as possible. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Once again, this is Ryan from Fireplace and Chimney Pros, where we care about you, your home, and your safety.